E-powered arrow products. So in this video, I'm going to set up some arrows with these e-powered lighted nocks. I'm getting ready for spring turkey season, so I'm going to try some of the lighted nocks for that. They also have some broadheads, which I'll show you here. 3-blade broadhead. This here is a fixed blade. This type of broadhead I would typically use for deer hunting. This particular one is another 3-blade fixed blade broadhead, but this one does not have a razor blade all the way to the tip. So you generally will have a little reduction in penetration power than with the razor blade all the way to the tip. So whereas I'd use this for deer hunting, this would be more in my toolbox for turkey, because you have a little bit less penetration. You could also use this for big game animals like deer, but I personally prefer these here. Let me just pull these out so you can get a side-by-side look at them real quick. So this particular case has 4 broadheads in it. There is a slight offset to the blade, probably is intended to help with arrow rotation. And as I look at the tip, it's not a screw-on tip, it's a chisel tip that is built into the metal. So that'll have better penetration than I initially thought, just based on the picture, on the case there. So these would be, again, you could use these for deer. I would also consider giving them a try for turkey. All right, there is the other style. Yeah, I'll just screw one of these on an arrow for you to see. All right, so there is the way it looks on your arrow. The way that this is designed, there is a little air gap on the arrow shaft, which will help with the flight. So having the air travel there will allow this to rotate without catching as much wind in flight. So when your arrow, if your arrow rest is not perfectly on, like if it's off a little bit, the broadhead on the front will catch wind and it'll wind plane and pull your arrow off. Having those little air slots there will help reduce that a little bit. Feels very sharp. And the blade is along this back edge too. Like the blade carries over to here too. It's not just straight metal back here, which you'll have to be careful of so you don't cut yourself. This particular blade here is 100% steel, cut on contact design, and the cutting diameter is 1 1/8 inch. This design here is 1 1/4 inch cutting diameter. So again, the way they have this chisel cut right into the stem of the broadhead, it gives you that cut on contact, approach. And so this would definitely work. It has a Series 4 stainless steel ferrule. So I'll be curious to give these a try. Again, this has a slightly greater cutting diameter. Both look like they'll work fairly well. Now though, for turkey hunting, which is what I'm about to start doing, I am mainly focused on these lighted nocks. So let me go ahead and put one on this arrow here. So these arrows are just your standard diameter, 0.244 inside diameter for the arrow. So it's a nice firm fit down in there, which I really like. Some brands, it slides in so easily that the arrow could be twisted on the string while it's sitting in there for when you're in a hunting situation. Okay, you can probably hear that little click. The way these are designed, there's a notch that you knock into, but it's not fully engaged. I can go ahead and fully engage it so you can see it light up. See that right there? Okay, now this particular one is designed where it fluctuates between the colors. Then to turn it off, there is a neck in there, a black neck, that you would actually reach in there and shut it off. The thing that I really like about this, as you just saw, I did it with my finger, I just pushed it back down. You can do this with your thumbnail. I am so excited about that. There are so many brands that I've used over the years where you have to get a little sharp thing to stick down in there and disengage it. that when you're out hunting, you're typically going to have to use a sharp knife to do that, and that's going to increase the chance of accidentally cutting yourself. So having the ability here, I'm pushing it down with my finger again, to turn it on and off right there with your fingernail is fabulous. I am so excited about that. So I'm going to give these a try this turkey season, the lighted Nocks. Typically for turkey, I'll use an expandable broadhead. I may consider, these will actually have a little more penetration power than I would want for turkey, because you want the arrow to stay in the turkey when you're turkey hunting. I'll definitely use the lighted Nocks and some expandables, but come deer season, I'll be taking a look at these guys here. Both designs are pretty nice. So I will provide links for all this for you to check out in the description. These are all products from ePower. In fact, what I'll do is I'll take a shot with this. I got a target set up over here. I got the light turned off at that end of the room, so you'll be able to see this a little better. It's just so bright outside, middle of the day, that you wouldn't be able to see it too well on any bright day. So let's go ahead. I'll take a shot right here, and you can kind of see this in flight. For the colors, it comes in the red, yellow, green, blue, and then like the rainbow that basically this particular group is. All right, lastly, I'm going to get my grain scale here, set it up and turn it on. I'll tell you exactly what one of these Nocks weighs in grains, so you can figure out how much that would be for your arrow. 36 grains. So one Nock, you know, it's got the battery and everything in there, is 36 grains. I like them. I really like the fact that you can shut them off with your fingernail. Now, I have shot a lot of deer over the years with lighted Nocks, and the blood can get down in there. So I will test these out in the fall on deer and see, you know, once you shoot a deer, if a bunch of blood gets in there, will it still operate properly or not? A lot of the light up Nocks I've used over the years, they don't really work after one or two deer because it depends on how much blood gets in them. But I'm going to give these a test. Right now, I'm going to use these for turkey, and I'm very excited with the operation of them. And you know, I'll be looking forward to that. Hopefully, I'll get some turkey and hopefully be able to share that with you. Until then, I hope you'll stay tuned, and I'll put links for these in the description section. And I hope you'll check them out. Until next time, take care and God bless.